Can your mutual fund replace your bank? One fintech has come really close to achieving this, and our video today is going to talk about this. I'm joined by my colleague Anil Poste. So, this fintech is called Curie Money, and just to clarify, this video has not been sponsored or paid for in any way by Curie Money. It's just that they are the first to do this, and I'm sure many other apps and players will follow suit. So, what is it that they've done? Well, what they've done is basically integrated with UPI, where you can scan your QR code. You can scan a QR code where you have to pay somebody, and whatever amount you scan for, it can be even a 10 rupee amount or 5 rupee amount, that amount redemption happens from your corresponding liquid fund. So Curie Money has tied up with a liquid fund, and when you scan the QR code, enter your PIN, this liquid fund redemption happens. The money hits your bank account for just 1 second, very briefly. You won't even realize it's happening in the background, and the money goes to the merchant. So it's exactly the same as paying through any UPI app like Google Pay or Bheem or any others. Takes maybe 1 second more because the bank money moves into your bank account from the liquid fund. But essentially, it achieves this dream, this long-standing dream of the mutual fund industry, and of course, investors who will get a higher yield in a liquid fund compared to a savings bank account of paying from your liquid fund, essentially paying from your mutual fund. Now, there are some issues with this, and I'll hand over to my colleague Anil Poste, who will talk you through them.
Yes, so some of the issues, right, which one of the first issue is the concern of tax, that every time you make a payment, there's a capital gain tax that you might incur. That's the first issue. And again, the statements keep coming back and forth of the capital gain tax. You might receive it from your AMC or CAMS or your RTA. The second issue is every time you make a payment, right, let's say you make 10 payments in a day, you will be thrown 10 AMC emails and SMS. So that's an issue. And another issue is that the funds that you would buy from Curie Money will be the regular funds, which means the expense ratio will be slightly higher than the direct funds. And yes, these are three issues. Anything that you'd like to add, Neil?
Yeah, so coming to the first issue, usually you do get a tax statement from CAMS at the end of the year. So it may not be that big a problem. And Curie Money itself has indicated it may generate a tax statement too for all its users. So that might also simplify things. Also note that liquid fund taxation is more efficient than savings bank account taxation, because in case of capital gains tax, which a liquid fund transaction incurs, you can set it off against a capital loss on another asset, or you can carry it forward. You can carry forward capital losses for 8 years. So if you have a loss earlier from trading shares, you can adjust it against capital gain here. So even though the taxation, the rate is the same, which is slab rate for savings account and liquid fund, it's a little bit more tax efficient for this reason. And when it comes to AMC mails and SMSs, yes, it's an issue because it clogs your inbox and your SMSs. But hopefully they'll find a way to reduce the quantum of these that you get. Regular plan, again, of course, the expense ratio is higher, but anyway, liquid fund expense ratios are not that high, so it may not cut that much from your returns. Now, what will really be a game changer is if SEBI allows arbitrage funds to be part of instant redemption. So today, under SEBI rules, you can give an instant redemption of up to rupees 50,000 from a liquid fund or an overnight fund in any AMC. And many AMCs have these apps. In fact, long ago, Nippon India had, in an earlier avatar, it had introduced a debit card linked to a liquid fund. So um, many AMCs do have this, and SEBI does allow it up to 50,000 rupees. But the tax kicker will come in if they allow arbitrage funds to also be part of instant redemption, because arbitrage funds are taxed as equity, which is 20% short-term capital gains and 12.5% long-term capital gains. So it's an exciting space, and we will be keenly watching this going forward.